it's not easy because work doesn't come your way. And if people are asking you to work, it's the same stagnant formula. And it can be mentally challenging also, because you go into depression, you feel like you're not getting enough work. And is this the end of your career?
For all film-related interviews, reviews, and content, please like and subscribe to Puja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram.
We, get together because we spoke exactly last year around this time.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. So how has the year been with you? For you?
It's been fantastic. It's been a joyful joyride, to say the least.
Joyland.
Because of Joyland, absolutely. And just like a lot of applauds and appreciation for the craft that that I've been working on for 20 years, is finally coming to the point where people are seeing the kind of versatility I can bring to the table. And it's an absolutely unbelievable feeling to have people from all over the world appreciate Qatil, appreciate Churails, appreciate Yaar Julahe that we did for Z Theatre, and obviously Joyland. So it's been overwhelming, but at the same time, it's been like a dream come true.
It's just so amazing. In the past few years, your filmography has just turned itself over because the kind of roles that you wanted to portray, and it's just that as if you kind of dismantled your own filmography. कि मैं इस ढांचे में थी, अब देखो मुझे किसी ढांचे में नहीं डाल सकते आप.
Absolutely. I think it is like that. And it's just, I wouldn't say that it's, anything to do with me. It's people expecting me to do a certain role, and they have changed this, route for me, because I always thought that I was the indie cinema sort of a person. I was not a very commercial cinema person. But I think it started from Churails. And I remember just 2 days ago, Asim wished me birthday, and he said, I'm so happy for you guys, all of you, for Joyland. It's been selected for the Oscars. But I told him, I said, and he said, it's been a wonderful year for you, Sarwat. I said, it started from Churails, Asim. So you're the first person who believed in me and placed that brick. So I got really lucky, Puja. And I feel that 20 years of my career, I did play the damsel in distress, the girl next door, the Sati Savitri, the Maskeen Mazloom se sakti vi aurat. And I think that is also because a lot of that sort of content was being made. So when you don't have a choice, you're stuck with one. So I was doing that because that is all that was there. But as soon as Churails happened, I felt like, this needs to change. And I think I cannot go back to the Mazloom Aurat, because I'm an activist. So I speak for women's rights. I speak against child abuse. I speak for law awareness for women. And because I believe in that cause so much, I felt like it would be so kind of, two-faced if I'm here at a pendulum talking about women's rights, but there I go back and saas bhi mujhe maar rahi hai aur miyan bhi kos raha hai. It can't be like that. We have to believe in the script. So I don't believe in those roles anymore. I could say that safely.
But the fact is there are people like you, and then I spoke to Sanam also, who are helming that change, who are, because Pakistan has had amazing women scriptwriters, because we've got the feminine gaze, but wo kahin bhi wo male gaze bhi aa jata hai, because we've all been conditioned like that. It's maybe generation after your kids will be conditioned differently because you think differently, because at the end of the day, you and me, like women, have also been conditioned by our mums and by our grandmoms. Hamari ab soch badal rahi hai ki yes, it's time. But it's just, how tough has it really been to be that face, to let the art and the artist not be separated? Like you said, this is me and this is what I stand for. It can be pretty challenging, yeah?
Puja, it definitely is very challenging, especially in an industry which is small, and they feel that TRPs and whatever is a super hit, it's a formula that we need to keep, reusing. but one has to take a stand for themselves. And I felt like I took that about 6 years ago. And and 6 years I haven't acted on television. And I felt that it's not easy because work doesn't come your way. And if people are asking you to work, it's the same stagnant formula. And it can be mentally challenging also, because you go into depression, you feel like you're not getting enough work. And is this the end of your career? And I remember I was telling my mother-in-law, I said, Amma, I don't know. She's like, haven't you signed up for anything? I said, no, it's just not challenging enough for me. So she said, beta, after 30s, nobody wants to write a story about a 30-year-old or a 40-year-old. They like to talk about the college going love affair and all of that. And, why don't you think of another career? And it felt so sad. It felt like, yeah, she's right. In our stories, in our narratives, it's always about the younger girl. Nobody wants to talk about what happens after marriage, the issues that women face after being divorced or separated or being a single parent. I mean, there are so many examples around us. So why aren't we tapping into that? And so every interview I'd give, I'd be like, please, मजलूम औरत नहीं है, ग्लोबली औरत मजलूम नहीं है, खुदा के वास्ते आपके इर्द गिर्द भी इतनी अमेजिंग स्ट्रॉन्ग वुमेन है, उनको एग्जांपल बनाएं, उनकी नैरेटिव्स बताएं, ताकि यूथ और यंगर जनरेशन उनसे इंस्पायर हो सके. Not that, having an affair with your next door neighbor is the end of your story. It's not. It's not even the beginning of your story. So I feel the struggles that women go through in Pakistan, in India, globally, internationally, are pretty much the same, because we're still trying to prove that we are enough and we are worth it and we can handle it, and we are, we don't need a male to save us. And I feel that a lot of our narratives were just like we needed a male protagonist, antagonist to save us. And that's not how it is in practical life. Now women have crossed that boundary, and they take charge, and they talk about themselves, and they represent themselves. No matter how weak or meek they are at home, they will put on that face and they will face the world. So for me, because I started believing that, there's a lot out there and it will come, there needs to be a lot of patience. I had to go through a lot of patience to wait. Just wait for it, Sarwat. It's okay. It'll come. It'll take time. It took time, but when it came like a nuclear bomb. So it was absolutely worth it.
No, absolutely. I so agree with you, because here also now I see the narratives which were not earlier discussed, whether it's a woman exploring her sexuality, whether it's a woman choosing to opt out for marriage, whether it's a woman standing up for herself. We recently had Darlings, where she just ends her abusive marriage in the best way she thinks it's possible. And it's nice to see women standing up for themselves. I know there's some men saying, oh, this is, violence against men. But I am not I am like you, a feminist in the way we believe in the equality of all genders. But I have realized with actors who choose to do roles like that, even here, what dhappa lag jata hai, ye activist hai, ye feminist hai, and the has been misrepresented. You might, it's just been bastardized, just to for the lack of a word. And wo, I think, kabhi it becomes like a dhappa, like a seal.
Yeah. And I would rather like that thappa now, Puja, than be the thappa in the other category. I'll wear it like a crown. And I feel that only strong women who are content, are comfortable in their skin, reach that phase of life where they feel that what satisfies me is more important than what satisfies the viewers. It's and I feel that if you can't convince yourself, how can you convince your viewers? So it's very important to be content in your own narrative or in your own script and character.
I so agree with that. And baat karte hain Qatil Haseenao ke naam. Many congratulations. And I mean, a desi Noah helmed by made by women, right? For women, by women. Just who would have thought?
I really think this is going to be written down in history, because it did something to a lot of women globally and across the border, especially and you know, when you see the kind of competition you have, we had about 11 countries nominated in the same category, and then you see that, you know, we were good enough, is very encouraging. And I feel that the success of Qatil in itself is an example that, look, we can make content like this. Content like this will be viewed, and content like this will be given its fair share and due respect. So this is a great formula, and I think all productions should be by the women and for the women, and for all those stories that we don't get to hear, because the cinema or television or even web, I mean, web is still relatively better, but a lot of it is so misogynistic and it's so patriarchal that, I mean, I never thought in my life I would be able to see and be part of such shows where we're talking about women, we're discussing their issues, we're talking about their strengths, we're actually focusing on them being the hero. And it feels great because, I mean, I felt sitting there in Singapore with my team, the kind of content everybody wants to create is this. And slowly and gradually, everyone wants to get out of this box of typical misogynistic, patriarchal storyline mindset, because the world is changing. And it feels great to be part of such a powerful script. Feminine noir, desi noir, in coming from Pakistan and India. Oh my God, it's fire on its own. And then having Meenu and women like Shelja and the rest of the Z5 women, it's just been so amazing. And it feels like we need to push more. And let's see, let's try. If we push a little more, how will people react? And I think वो थोड़ा थोड़ा push करके हम यहाँ तक पहुंचे हैं. And Qatil winning an award is a great response to what we've been slowly trying to track and get to. So it was wonderful. I think having all these amazing Korean actors sit with us, and even my mother is such a fan of Korean plays, and to sit with them and be in the same category, be in the same place with them, it was wonderful. And to win, I mean, leave them all behind and then win was just so amazing. It just goes to show that more stuff, and what Shelja is doing is commendable, because not a lot of women have those kind of guts, and not a lot of women want to work towards that change, because it doesn't come easily. It comes with a lot of restrictions and obligations, and so a big salute to Shelja for stepping up the game and trying to also, here I'd like to say, just to bring talent from Pakistan. Nobody thought of that. Nobody thought of collaborating and having two countries, actors come together and act and do a production together. I mean, it's just such a different yet something that we really needed kind of an idea.
And also the thing is that we are socio-culturally so similar. The women
Absolutely.
there, you and me, are going exactly through the same thing. There's nothing different.
Yes.
We look the same, we wear the same, we talk the same, going through the same.
Absolutely.
So it's amazing, and I would like to see more of this. और सुना है Churails 2 आ रही है, तो उसमें क्या हो?
नहीं, ये नहीं सुना हमने. ये हमने नहीं सुना. ये I met Asim in London, and I'm like, what's up, buddy? A lot of people keep asking me, and he's like, I don't know, man. I totally understand his reaction. He's like, मैंने सब तो दिखा दिया, अब शुरू कहाँ से करूँ? Because it's a tough one, and to match something that's done splendidly all over the world. I remember in Pakistan, I made a lot of friends who I thought were cool just because they watched Churails and they thought I was cool too. So it felt like, good, people who write books and people who are video jockeys and stuff. So everybody, it sort of resonated with everyone. A single parent, a married couple, a single woman, everyone. And that was so powerful. And I really hope that we are able to take it a notch forward. I was telling Asim, I was like, let's have the girls save the world or something now.
They were our Desi Avengers anyways,
Yeah.
They were our Wonder Women from the subcontinent. हमको क्यों
Yeah.
देखना है American subcontinent? American हम अपने subcontinent में देखते हैं ना?
अपने भी है, बिल्कुल ऐसा ही है.
Absolutely. Joyland के बारे में बताएं. There's the way it's, I mean, it's just commendable. I know you all have had a bit of a spot with your censor board. वो तो होता है हमेशा. यहाँ भी होता है ऐसी बातें. But what was the experience? And it's such a bold and a brave statement to make.
Puja, it was, to say the least, was a page turner script. I mean, you don't get those kind of scripts, and such an honest narrative. I felt like 6 years that he spent with that story have given so many layers to that storyline. And it was just an amazing experience to work in Lahore, to work in so much, just such cold weather. To have Saim, such a young guy, direct me, that was a first. So he's 32, 34. And he knew his thing, and he was so well prepared. And even before getting on the set, our preparation, our discussions about every character, not only my character, we would sit across a table and we would all discuss each other's weak moments and super amazing moments, and talking about the things that weren't being said. I think the silent moments are the most important in any story, where you want to say much and you can't, and you have to hold back, and you have to have the viewer get that feeling about what you're holding back. So I felt Joyland had a lot of that. And then the accent. I live in Karachi, and Karachi is a very clear accent. Lahore has a very soft-edged accent, with the Punjabi and stuff. And I had to, Sarwat was amazing. He gave us accent classes and language, vocal training. And that was so amazing, just to prepare yourself for a small something. You don't know how big it's going to be. Everybody's there and just focused on Saim's vision. I feel that Rasti and Ali bring so much joy to the film. They're new, their faces are new. Alina with her, I mean, I cannot tell you, Alina, if you meet Alina, she'd be like this little confused, not so sure, so unsure about herself. But when you see her on screen, she's this lioness. And to see the entire film eventually, sitting at Cannes Film Festival, was just like, oh my God, Ali, you've done amazing. And oh my God, Sano, you've done amazing. And just to have that all come together and be able to watch the magic that each person gave in was unbelievable. And I felt that this is a story that is so typically around us, and we don't want to talk about such stories. We want to sugarcoat such issues, and we want to not really see the cracks in the mirror. But he did it so beautifully, and I feel that it touched such basic human emotions that जो French भी था वो भी खड़े होके ताली बजा रहा था, because he also could understand these issues. And जो Italian था, जो TIFF में थे, जो Morocco में थे, like it was a universal human emotion we were talking about. And what was wonderful was that we felt it while we were shooting, that human emotion. We felt all those emotions, but we didn't know if it would be delivered on screen and people would be able to. So, but when we got all those standing ovations in different parts of the world, we felt like, okay, great. As long as they're feeling what we wanted them to feel and what we had felt while doing those scenes, is totally worth it. Whether we win an award or not, this is very rewarding. So I felt like Joyland's accomplishment is already, I mean, we're witnessing it, we're enjoying it, regardless of what it'll get, and inshallah it goes places. but the kind of, like, Puja, imagine in 20 years of my career, I have not had a film that came out and people were still writing paras of how they felt, and weeks later they would ask me question and they'd be like, for 2 weeks we were just discussing your film. Wow. And I was like, across countries they were calling each other and be like, this is how it felt and what do you think? And so it really moved people, and that in itself is such a powerful thing to do. So kudos to the entire team. We had about 200 Pakistani craftsmen who were working on this, and one Joe, who was from Lebanon, he was our cinematographer. And I remember it was tough for Joe to be in that small little space, cramped up space of this Lahore ka chota sa ghar. But when we were standing on the steps of Cannes Film Festival and we were taking a picture, I turned around to Joe and I said, hey Joe, how's been your journey from little house in Gawal Mandi to like the steps of Cannes? Are you happy? And he's like, I could have ever imagined we'd be standing here after that house, that little space that we were shooting in. So, and I felt that Joyland, just the way it's been shown on the cinema screen is also cramped up. So everything was done with a lot of vision, with a lot of detail, with a lot of thought behind it. And I feel that when you work hard for these little things, they come together in a very beautiful way eventually.
Absolutely. और आप बताएं यहाँ किसी के साथ collaborate करना चाहेंगी, because अब zindagi has opened those doorways for us. Anybody on your wish list?
I mean, Puja, there's such amazing talent in India. I feel that I just want people to see my work and then get in touch with me, because I really don't know. I literally live under a rock. And I don't watch much content. One, I have 2 kids and I'm running an art school, so I'm an entrepreneur. It's been my 9th month. Matlab bacha ab nikal gaya hai aur ho gaya hai. So I'm so busy with that. And the last 5 years have just been around the kids and around that I haven't been able to see much content across the border. But I feel that anyone artistically inclined towards, a girl who wants to probably play a blind girl, a differently abled girl, like I'm all for that, because I feel there is so much inside me that still needs to be explored. And I need to explore it too. So if I do get a chance, I would love to go there, and I would love to do more challenging things where I have to shed actually a lot of my preconceived notions and rules and parameters about acting. I'd like to break all of them and do something absolutely, different, very, very different.
Absolutely. I heard you said Korean content. Dekhte hain aap? Yeah, as you said, your mom is a fan.
My mom did. My mom watches it. Yes.
Yeah, I thought maybe I'll ask you, since everybody seems to be watching, so I thought I'd maybe ask you if you watch as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, mom's always watching whenever we go to mom's, and so my younger child has picked up a few words, and I'm like, hey mom, chale aapki entertainment ho rahi hai, mere bachcho ki education ho rahi hai, to chale, not bad. But they do amazing storylines too. Their stories are amazing and they're beautiful.
Absolutely. But thank you so very much. More power to you. Belated happy birthday. Many congratulations on the little one. More power to Joyland. So I mean, if you were to take 2022, actually would have been your year then.
It has been my year. Absolutely. Without any doubt. I think इतने सालों का थोड़ा break के बाद एक धमाका हुआ. Or I mean, I've been so blessed this year with everything. Qatil, Joyland, people talking about Churails. It's been so wonderful. And I hope this continues and it doesn't end with the 31st of December.
No, it won't. It will carry on. And Happy New Year on that note, and hope to see you soon. More power.
Absolutely. Puja and my entire team, season's greeting. And I really hope that you guys all have a wonderful New Year's Eve and fantabulous next year.
Same to you and yours. Thank you so much.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.